Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Bengal Buzz. I'm Brianna Negron, and today I'm not only going to convince you that a person can be a procrastinator and a perfectionist, but I'm also going to try to give you some advice if you find yourself within that category too, or you're just feeling like a procrastinator. Because if I'm being 20 billion, million, bajillion, quadrillion percent honest right now, I am also stuck in that loop. So, we're going to talk about how I plan to dig out of this hole, and maybe it can help you too. So, first, let's all get on the same page. In my opinion, I think it is very easy for someone to be both a procrastinator and a perfectionist at the same time. And these two almost conflicting terms sound a little confusing together. But for example, have you ever felt so much pressure to make something right and do your very best work that you don't even know where to start? It's so easy to get overwhelmed, and it's not rare for someone who feels this way to end up completely avoiding the task. Or maybe you're telling yourself that you're going to give yourself some time to think on it, but really you're just like pushing it as far out of your mind as you can because it gets too stressful. This is especially hard to balance as a student because deadlines are very important. And when you get into the habit of doing all your work at 11:59 or staying up into the early hours of the morning trying to complete something for school, you're wrecking yourself. I know what it's like to want to just go to sleep, but because your body needs that. You need to get the food that you need and the sleep that you need, but it's about building that routine. A lot of the time, you know when it's time to get up, when you're scrolling through your phone and you're checking the time, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get up at 9:30," but then it's 9:35, and you're like, "Well, I might as well just round it up to 9:40," and then it's like 10 o'clock, and then it's like 11. So basically, that's not good, and we need to start breaking the cycle. So first, think about your routine and at what point in the day after school do you go from awake to exhausted or stuck scrolling on your phone. If you can't quite place the spot where that is yet, the step before this one is prioritizing yourself first. It's so important to get enough sleep and eat things that are going to benefit you. So you probably have realized that by now, but it's super hard to do, it's super hard to stick to. But you have to remember that taking care of yourself and your body is really everything. If you're feeling awful all the time, your work won't be great, your effect on others won't be great, and everything just gets all twisted. But anyways, if maybe your habit after school is getting into your bed and then accidentally sleeping until 7 p.m. or getting a snack and then watching your phone for 3 hours. And by then, like, your head hurts and you're tired and you just are in that kind of weird mood. Maybe you start playing video games or calling your friends and you just choose to ignore the work you have because you know you should get up, but you don't get up. Pinpointing this spot is going to help you combat procrastination so much easier because you're going to know what to avoid. But I do think it's important to give your mind a little rest after school or work because you can't be go, go, go all the time. It's super important for you to just have a little quiet time without these little distractions that just keep your mind working and working. The hardest part is getting started. So here's a few ways that you can encourage yourself to stay focused. It helps me to turn off my phone notifications because I know that as soon as I check my messages, I'm going to start checking the weather, and then another notification is going to come through, so I open Instagram, and then 40 minutes later, I'm halfway done cleaning out my camera roll, and I have 6 words on my document. So turning off my phone is very helpful to me, and next is going to be giving yourself little breaks. When I'm trying to get work done, I like to say that I'm gonna finish 2 pages of my math, and then I'm gonna get a snack, and then I finish my newspaper article. I also talked about this one in the first episode-ish, maybe a little bit, maybe. But if you know you're looking at the time and you're just letting it slip away, put down your phone and get in the shower. I feel like I'm always bringing this up, but I think that the shower can wake you up, and it also gives you time to form a plan without distractions from devices. So while you're in the shower and you're resetting, you have quiet time, you have some peace, and you can make a little plan to help you figure out what you got to do first. And it's very, 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 very nice, very beneficial, very, very, very good, I think. And then my last tip is setting small timers for maybe 10 or 15 minutes when you're going to tell yourself that you're going to be laser focused. And then by the end of those 10 minutes, you're so locked in that you're gonna need to finish that sentence. But then when you finish that sentence, you already know what you have to do for the next paragraph. So you might as well just write that too. And then when you finish that paragraph, it's coming so easy to you, so you just keep going. Or you may as well finish those last 3 questions because you know what you're doing now. You don't want to forget later, so you might as well just knock them out. That is very awesome when that happens and that works out. But anyways, I hope these tips can be helpful to you, because being stuck in a loop like that is so awful and draining, and I want everyone to be able to finish up these last few months strong. So thank you for listening to Bengal Buzz, and make sure you take a moment to look at the website at roaringbengals.com, and also follow the FEHS newspaper on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to take care of yourself, take care of your mind, and take care of your body. Bye, Bengals!